I know that we played a really good team tonight, and we have kids that, we don't really know who we can rely on yet to who's going to be our top 8 players. So we don't play 40 minutes, but, we play 2 quarters, so we play 20 minutes. And, somebody could have a good night the other night, and then they come in here and, it's no consistency. And I think that's the big thing with our kids, that we don't know who's going to show up and what we're going to get from everybody. And if they would just stay consistent, they would do a lot better. Back-to-back games that we lost by 10 in our gym. And, yeah, both were really good teams. But, we have to look ourselves in the mirror and say, hey, how come I don't come out and play the same way every game? But, I think that Annika came off the bench. Annika went into the starting lineup because Grace really didn't feel well, and she probably earned her starting spot tonight. So I guess there's some good things that came out of it. Jenna still scored 25 points, but she can't wait. She needs to do that the whole entire game, kind of cook them early, so that way we can get the other team in foul trouble. We're a little bit slow started, it seems like, even though we were up by 1 in that first quarter. The second and third quarter, we lost those quarters. And, when you play a really good team, they're not going to make mistakes. Probably the good thing is we only turned the ball over 14 times, but we have to get our full court defense together, not make as many mistakes, because in the quarter court, they're going to find our weakness, and they did every time.
Coach, you just mentioned the weakness in the quarter court. They scored 44 of their points in the paint against Charlton. That was an uneven split as well. Is there an option defensively for that going forward, or is it a matter of we've got to create turnovers and force them out of their offense prior to them getting in that corner court?
Yeah, we don't want to play too much quarter court defense, but when we do, and we got a ball pressure, we have to play some good post defense and, get them uncomfortable and push them out of their lane, because once they catch the ball in the post, to back-to-back nights, they were deadly. They're not missing point blankers like we're missing point blankers. So it is frustrating. But even if we didn't play well, we still, we got to go back down and answer. So we got to score too.
The fourth quarter of the past 2 games has been a light switch is turned on, the defense has picked up, the scoring has improved. And you mentioned, we got to play 40 minutes, not 20 minutes. Motivationally, how are the players that are slacking, I don't want to say slacking off, but aren't performing up to their level on those off quarters? How do we make that adjustment so they're playing 40 quarters?
We don't know if it's, bright lights, they don't start well, and then at the end the game's almost out of hand, and then we fight back and make it respectable, because that's what it kind of is we're getting blown out, and then we fight back, and then we get it at 10, and then we get it under. At one point we had it at 7, and we took a 3 and missed it. That would have been a big shot, but we're just not hitting those big shots now. So it's just going to have to be us, digging down and finding the right combination and who wants to play and who wants to play quickly. Because, we have enough talent on our bench that, hey, you're not in the mood, then we shouldn't keep dialing back to that same person. They should have to go through a whole entire rotation. And I would hope that our bench would respond and say, hey, you know what, I want to get some minutes. I'm going to work really hard in practice, and I'm going to get it done so I'll get some minutes and see what happens. But, we're over there flipping coins to see who to put in, and who's ready today, because we don't know, and that's a bad thing. But, and we are still young, but we need our upperclassmen, our seniors, to show up every single game and produce. And if you go ahead and count up the points that our seniors had, you might count about 7 points tonight. For all those minutes they have under their belt, that's not acceptable.
Coach, you mentioned McGarity, a career high 18 points for her, inserted into the starting lineup, as you said. Someone wasn't feeling well. Is that something you were even expecting from her, or is that just a pleasant surprise?
Well, we know that she can shoot. It's offensively, we know she's gifted. We're not worried about her offense. We're always worried about her defense. But, at this point, we're going to make mistakes on defense anyway, so we might as well put someone in there that can put the ball in the hole.
Real quick, Coach, moving on from this, you got a game on Tuesday against Georgia Southern.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts heading into that matchup?
Well, obviously we haven't looked at that yet, but we're going to, really study it tonight and watch our game film tomorrow on our mistakes and, get 2 nights of practice in and try to get better. And that team's very good, too. They're bigger and they're even more athletic than what we played against tonight. So they'll match us as far as athleticism. But, our kids just need to come out and say, this is our court. we're here, we need to really defend it, and we're not. But, you know, it almost looks like we're still a young team again, because I don't have that many upperclassmen in there really playing, with the exception of Jenna and, you know, Peyton, but the rest of them are still young kids.